The brand new Sands of Time Zenith of Power skin has just been revealed, along with some pretty major changes to Zenith. So let's talk about it and decide if these are good things or not so good. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. If you're new to the channel, my name's Shappy. I'm a sponsored Rise of Kingdoms content creator trying to make awesome, helpful content for you. If that's something you like, be sure to hit that subscribe button right over there, bottom right-hand corner. And if I haven't sold you yet, stick around. Today, we have to talk about Zenith of Power, kind of the origins of what Zenith is, why it exists, some of my personal frustrations with Zenith of Power, even as an event. And then I think we have to talk about these latest changes that Lilith has made to Zenith of Power because some of them seem a little crazy to me. So let's talk about it. First, this Sands of Time skin is arguably the most goated Zenith of Power skin ever. Gives you action point recovery of plus 5% and troop attack of plus 16. The effect looks really cool. Like, I love that little feather situation that they got there. It's pretty neat. Like, let's be honest, it's a good skin, guys. It's a pretty good skin. And then you get this cool animated avatar frame. If you're in the top 5, I will never be getting that, but it's not bad. Not a bad deal. So pretty cool stuff. So let's actually dive in and talk about what Zenith of Power is, right? Zenith of Power is an event that has been in Rise of Kingdoms for a really long time. And when Zenith of Power first came out, it was very simple, right? You just push a ton of power in Rise of Kingdoms, and if you end up pushing more power than most people and getting into the top 10, you got a sweet city skin. And there are some really cool skins that Lilith has released over time. Let me show you some of them. So if you go over here and you just want to see these yourselves, you can. So let's head over to our city hall here. There we go. And you can filter by legendary skins. And it's all the skins that I don't have. So not this one. This, I think, was probably a Zenith of Power skin. The Summer Palace, City of Power, probably a Zenith skin. Oof, healing speed plus cavalry health. That's insane. Infantry health plus 10%. This was probably a Zenith of Power skin. If you're curious how you can get these, some of them actually have little things that will tell you. Call of Eternity. This was definitely a Zenith of Power skin plus 15%. Infantry. This was probably Zenith too. So most of the best skins in Rise of Kingdoms were Zenith of Power skins. But what we're starting to see with these Zenith of Power skins is actually power creep, which is a little concerning because this Ancestral Hall city skin probably was one of the best, right? Troop attack plus 12, action point recovery plus 5. Dynastic Conqueror, even to this day, I remember being amazing. I think I placed top 30 in that one, and I got it for 8 days, troop defense plus 8. But this new skin is crazy, guys. Like, actually crazy. 16% troop attack and 5% action point recovery. This is arguably the best skin that they could have released. Maybe you could have had health, but, like, let's be honest. That's a really good skin, which actually makes Dynastic Conqueror look not so good anymore. Now, there's pros and cons to this. For players that have been playing for a really long time, the fact that they've power creeped the city skins sucks. Because if you've already gotten one Zenith skin, you should never have to compete for it again. Let's be honest. You shouldn't. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of money in it and of itself. And so that kind of sucks, right? That whole situation there where maybe you have a Zenith skin in the past, now you don't. That's not really cool. I'm a little disappointed in that, if I'm being honest. But the bigger issue with this whole situation is actually that you can't get those skins. Like, if you started late, you can't go back and get Dynastic Conqueror or the other one that's troop attack plus 12. Like, it's not an option. The only city skins that you can really get that are remotely effective are in this shop right here. And you can get Tokapi Palace, which is great. And this is KVK Season of Conquest shop. St. Peter's Basilica, Divine Abode, Persian Dream, Twilight Falls is the one that everyone gets because the skill damage. Did a whole video series on this if you want to check it out on the top right. But you cannot get any of the Zenith skins that have actually now been power crept out so much that these skins kind of suck. I'm just being honest. Now, there are a couple options that Lilith could have taken here, and I'm going to talk about what they did. But my ideal situation is give us a shot. Like, update this. Maybe these are the ones that you can buy with the season tokens, and you can actually get, I think, enough to be able to buy at least one skin in a season. But like, we have these coins here, these conquest coins, that for most players are completely useless. So let me save up 6 coins like I can for Tokapi, which is garbage, and buy Dynastic Conqueror. I'll take all troop defense of 8% instead of archer defense of 10%. That's a fair trade to me, I think, especially when they've power crept out some of these. Or just give us more troop buffs, right? You have a 10% health buff. Why don't you let us use that instead of cavalry defense? Let us play around with it, min-max. Give me something to test as a creator, please. Rant over. I do wish that they would make it so some of these skins were more accessible. They've done it with a lot of the holiday event skins that you can now go get because you get a multiple selection, but they haven't done it with the Zenith skins, which part of me understands because yes, you had to push a lot of power, but if they're power creeping them out anyways, they may as well make the skins more accessible to everyone rather than just punishing those that actually pushed at the time. Now let's talk about some of the other changes that they have made to this whole situation, because it's not great. The Zenith shop is about to make its debut in the Anniversary Festival, right? This is new. Previously, if you placed in top 10, as you guys heard, you get the skin. The Zenith shop is a new exchange shop for Zenith of Power. It will be viewable from the start of the event, but it will only open for 1 day after event rankings are finalized. That's really important, because if you don't make it on that 1 day and you placed, guess what? Doesn't matter, you don't get the skin. While the shop is open, you can redeem the exclusive city theme/theme effect for the current Zenith of Power, legendary commander sculptures, legendary equipment materials, and more. So in theory, if you're a whale, you're now kind of incentivized to push for multiple Zenith of Powers because you could buy other things that you need, right? Legendary equipment materials, legendary commander sculptures. I appreciate that. What currency does the Zenith shop use? How can I obtain it? Items in the Zenith shop cost Zenith badges, and you can earn 1 Zenith badge every time you earn 5 million event points in Zenith of Power. But there's a catch. Is there a limit to how many Zenith badges I can earn? In each instance of Zenith of Power, you can claim up to 20 Zenith badges. Great. However, any unused Zenith badges will be lost at the end of the event. What this means is, if you don't actually get enough points to be able to buy the city skin, you're kind of SOL, which sucks. I'm really upset about that. I think it's a big mistake. I also think only 1 badge for every 5 million power is crazy, but alas. Here's the bigger problem. How many Zenith badges do I need to redeem the exclusive city theme and theme effect? For the upcoming city theme, the one I just showed you that's super overpowered, it will cost 12 Zenith badges. 12. That is 60 million power for this skin. 60 million power. And if I play this video again for you guys, you can see the effect. That's pretty cool, right? We love that. That's presumably what you're paying for if you don't get the skin bonus. But what's important here is you'll see exclusive city theme effect is exchange only. So you have to go through and exchange for it. So there's a problem. Whereas previously, if you were in a good kingdom with a good balance of Zenith, you could probably get a city skin for, I don't know, under 20 million power. Seems like that's not really an option. Theme effects generally will cost 8 Zenith badges, so you could get that cool eagle if you want. But that's still 8 times 5, that's 40 million power for that. In the future, if the exclusive city theme does not have a bonus for all unit types, we expect it will cost less than 12 Zenith badges. But what will it cost? Now, there is some benefits here. Will I still be able to obtain the exclusive city theme via my ranking? The top 10 governors will still receive the exclusive city theme, but the top 3 governors will no longer receive the exclusive theme effect. The theme effect can now only be redeemed in the Zenith shop. Now, the theme effect, I don't believe is the same thing as the troop bonus that you're getting. I think that you get that anyways, or I hope. If they make it so that that's paywalled, that's crazy too. But essentially what this means is if you're in top 10, you're probably still safe. But if you're not in top 10, you need 60 million power to get the Zenith skin. I'm not a fan of these changes, if I'm being honest. I don't like the logic that they have with splitting the effect out from the actual skin itself. That feels odd to me. I understand they want to incentivize people to push, but like, I'm not going to push just for that weird eagle effect thing personally. I don't think it's worth it. The bigger problem I see is these tokens don't accumulate. And so if you're a free to play, you're not getting this skin. If you're a low spender, you're probably not getting this skin. If you're a whale, good luck. I mean, you can't even push 60 million power if you tried. Maybe Baba, but like most players, and I don't think anyone in the history of Zenith of Power have pushed 60 million power and not gotten top 10. I don't think that's happened. So I'm pretty disappointed in this whole situation, right? It says that you will get the city theme via ranking, which is good. So that gives you the bonus. But if you want it, otherwise, you got to push 60 million power, which is just crazy. That's never going to happen. I don't think anyone's doing that, which is a shame because this skin, A, looks pretty cool and the effect is also pretty goated. So it's a bummer to me. What do I think they should have done? In my opinion, the best thing that Lilith could have done in this situation is actually made it so these badges can carry over. If they keep this cost at 12 Zenith badges, that's no big deal, right? That's 60 million power over the course of however long it takes me to be able to get those badges. As someone who could have pushed, 20 to 30 million power this Zenith, and maybe I still will, we'll see how competitive it is, that would at least give me something. So that if I don't get the skin I want, like, oh, man, at least I got 6 of these tokens that I can then save up. And if another city skin comes around, I can buy it there. Or give us some of the old Zenith city skins in the shop. Age of Empires Mobile does this. Why would you not do this? Make these other skins more accessible. Cosmetics are awesome. People will spend money on it. If I could get Dynastic Conqueror for 20 million power, dude, I would do it in an instant. I think Lilith should think this over, apply certain things. I think the 60 million power to get the skin is crazy. I think 30 to 40 million would have been perfectly fine. And I do think that they should bring some of these other skins back some way, somehow. I also think these tokens should be able to be carried over because as a free to play, like maybe it takes you 3 years to get a skin, but at least you got one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know this is typically a whale event, but I want to hear from you. Do you think that my suggestions are good? Do you think what Lilith did is great? I want to hear from you. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button right over there, bottom right-hand corner, and hit the bell so you get notified when new episodes come out. Thank you all. Chappy out.